hold your family as one. These are the hands that will give you strength when you need it. And lastly, these are the hands that even when wrinkled and aged, will still be searching, still be reaching for yours, still giving you the same unspoken tenderness with just a touch.
Travis, you are my best friend. You understand me better than I understand myself. No matter the path I'm on, you always support me. You push me when I need it, and you give me the confidence when I don't have it. You know what to say at the right time, and you know when I need a hug, even when I say I'm okay. I thank you for being persistent, borderline stalker, and making up ways to try and talk to me at the beginning. You didn't give up. Then one day I caved in and thought, why not? The more I got to know you, I knew we had something special, and I said to Tanya, one day I'm going to marry this man. So I made you officially ask me out, and the rest is history. I didn't think I'd have to wait 15 years though. I promise I'll try to stay calm and patient with you whilst you try and find your belongings around the house, especially when they're right in front of you. I will mostly listen to all the research you've done while you go through different stages in your life. I might think you're having another midlife crisis, but I know I'll always go through the journey at some stage, and as stubborn as I am when that time comes, I will learn to listen to you, to your wisdom and your knowledge that you have, so we can continue to grow together for the rest of our lives. I've had your back since day one. We've been through some very tough times, and I didn't know how I'd get through some of those days. But the determination and love we have for each other and our children, we have come out stronger. I will continue to have your back, even if I don't agree on some things, for the rest of your life. Today I become your wife, and I can't wait to see where our future takes us. I love you to the end of time. That's it.
Thank you. I still remember the day like it was yesterday, August 2006. I looked to the sky and screamed, I just want a woman who understands me. Fast forward December 2006 at the Sky City Casino Christmas party, you appeared as if by magic. Here I am wearing the bright pink striped button shirt that everyone gave me shit about, and you absolutely loved it. You're wearing a pink singlet as if it was meant to be. It was at that point we connected, and initially it was not verbal. Unknown to me that my wish had finally arrived. You listened to me for hours on that bunk bed, night after night, and I felt like I knew you from another time. I felt like I could trust you from day one. I fell hard and fast. You were just the right person at just the right time. Your attitude to take on the world, spontaneous bursts of fun, honesty, integrity, loyalty, and a genuine personality hooked me line and sinker from the start. We have been on a journey through highs and lows over the last 15 years. You have strengthened me in my weakest moments and celebrated me in my most greatest accomplishments. Your loyalty is unmatched. The foundations we have built our relationship on mean everything to me. Having each other's back, never giving up, and having enough faith in the darkest moments to... You've always let me be me, which is what I needed. I've changed over the years, but the change has been more about understanding me and working towards being the best version of myself for you. You have supported me when I didn't deserve it and stood proud when I did. This relentless love has empowered me to be the best person I can be and have such an amazing connection with our kids. I discovered so much about myself and realized I was broken in ways I couldn't understand before. I am truly blessed to have you in my life. You are ingrained in my heart forever. My love for you is unmeasurable because it's connected to every fiber of my being. I will love you, support you, and protect you until the end of time. I never knew this is what it was going to take, but this is why we are standing here today. It is said we are born twice in life. First, when we are physically born, and second, spiritually, when we marry. Let's pave this path hand in hand until the end.
It is now my greatest pleasure to declare you husband and wife. You may now kiss your bride.
So
if you would all please join me in standing and congratulating for the very first time Mr. and Mrs. Hanson.
For those of you who don't know me, I'm Shannon Bergman, also known to my closest friends as Shandog. A few other people know me as Shangod, but they're like 3-year-old nieces and nephews. So due to Peter Sherman, I've been able to make it tonight. Travis has asked me whether I'd do him the honours in being his next best man. I guess that makes me the second best man. The substitute, the backup, best man 2.0. But of course I said yes. So I spoke to Peter and Stacey and the girls this week, and they asked me to pass the message on to both Leanne and Travis. So I'll just read that out, guys. So they said, "Hey guys, we wish we could have been here for you guys to celebrate this special day. We shattered that we aren't there beside you. Our friendship means the world to us, and we feel very privileged to have you two in our lives. We have watched you both grow together since the very beginning, and we are so proud of the loving family that you have both created together. The way you two have blossomed as a couple, constantly communicating and sacrificing for each other, is admirable, and you have proven that you can stand the test of time." Some advice from an old married couple. Trav, Leanne is always right. Even when she is wrong, she's right. Leanne, beer fixes everything. If Trav is upset, offer him a beer. Remember that the grass is greener is where you water it. Remember the way you feel about each other at this very moment. The happiness, love, and absolute unity that you have in your hearts. In hard times, come back to this feeling and remember that the love and respect you hold for each other. Someone wise said this to us on our wedding day, and this has seen us through and served us well. And lastly, always have each other's back. Communication is key, and remember to be best friends before all else. Enjoy your night, take in every second, and make sure to be safe. We love you guys so bloody much, and we can't wait to hear all about your day. Speak soon. Love you guys, the Shermans. So typically it's the best man's job to toast the bride and groom for assembling such a beautiful lineup of looking bridesmaids and groomsmen. Yeah. But before we get to that, I'd like to rewind a few years. So approximately 6 years ago, my beautiful wife, kids and I embarked on a new chapter in our lives. we're due to a work promotion. We pointed our vehicles north and we headed 900 odd kilometres to sunny North Queensland. After a couple of days we landed in Townsville, where the next 2 weeks we lived out of a hotel not knowing what our future would bring. With the looming threat of the school year about to start and the kids needing a school to attend, we realised that we needed a place to rent and in the right catchment so the kids could be placed in the right school. After what seemed like 1,001 rental properties and inspections, we found a place that we needed to inspect. So my wife and my mother-in-law went to inspect the property, and after some time I received a call on my work mobile from a somewhat distressed wife claiming that she stuffed the car. I said to her, "What do you mean you stuffed the car?" And she said, "Well, I've hit a curb and I've blown the front tyre and I think the steering is buggered." So due to her being an unknown neighbourhood, I told her to leave the car running, stay in the car and lock the doors and I'll be there shortly. I mean, it was curbing. My wife then replied, "Oh, it's okay. There's this really nice couple and their kids chatting to us. They came out to see if we were okay. The house I pulled up in front of is apparently her cousin's place and they live across the road." So after a few minutes I showed up to see that the $250 brand new tyre that I only replaced a few weeks earlier was completely destroyed. And due to the fact that we were still living out of suitcases, the back of my wife's car was full to the roof with her most prized belongings, all her scrapping gear. So I proceeded to unload the boot area with what seemed like a ton of bricks. This was probably the first time experiencing the full harshness of the Townsville summer. After about 10 minutes of sweating profusely in my corporate work attire, I finally unloaded the back of her car, only to find that the spare wheel was stored under the car and not in the back boot. I won't repeat what the next 10 words were. Anyway, 4 gallons of sweat and a few minutes later the damaged tyre was changed. But as I was doing this task I could not help but realise that all this was happening, our newfound friends were talking the whole time while I was doing all the work. Travis was the one doing the lion's share of talking. So after I had loaded the car back up, Travis took me over to the garden tap on Peter and Stacey's house so I could wash my hands. And as I was doing this, he said to me, whilst wearing a singlet and shorts, "Sorry mate, I would have done it for you, but I didn't want to have you showing up thinking that I thought you didn't know what you were doing. Plus your wife said that she was okay as you were on your way, and you could handle it." Thanks babe. So we stood there for a few more minutes, cooling off and chatting about the area and the schools in Kerwin. And as time was getting on, and due to me being on the clock, I said goodbye to Trav and Leanne as I had to return to work. And as I was about to get back in the car, Travis said to me, "Hey, if you're successful with the rental application and you end up moving into the street, I will come down for a beer and catch up." So as luck had it, we were successful and we moved into the street a few weeks later. So after a couple of days of moving in and settling, I came home from work, and as I was about to go inside, I hear this, "Hey mate." And I turned around and there was Travis with an armful of beers and an outstretched hand with a cold bottle of God's nectar. "You up for a beer?" And at first I thought, well, this was a peace offering for him feeling like shit for not helping me change the tyre that day, But some 6 years later, it was very apparent that the world was working in mysterious ways. And for the cost of a $250 tyre and 10 litres of bodily fluids, it kick-started a friendship to this day that's considered priceless. So over the last 6 years, lots more beer has been consumed between us. Mostly Trav and Kez. And lots more talking has been had, mainly from Travis. And while Leanne and I would sit on the patio trying to watch the NRL with our eyes glued to the TV and our mobiles, the talking and the drinks continued to flow. Truth has it, guys, but the move to Townsville was a huge test on Karen and I's relationship, with at times looking to be heading towards breaking point. But the biggest contributing factor that got us through is your loyal friendship and companionship. You've always been there for us and helped us whenever we needed it, whether it was moving houses or cleaning the old house, looking after the kids when they were younger, etc. You've always been there, and while a lot of talking has been had over the years, mainly from you know who, you've always listened. And for this, both Karen and I will be forever grateful. It's both an honour and a privilege to be standing beside you guys tonight. What most would consider a very young friendship, to us it feels like we've known you our whole lives. So much so we consider you guys family. We love you guys and the kids, and we hope that the greatest moments of your past are the worst of your future. Ladies and gentlemen, to the bride and groom.
Shannon, you spoke a whole lot. You had a lot to say. Okay, so I will talk on Tanya's behalf tonight. She's...
We'll get her drunk and she'll talk later.
At least you won't fall over.
Hi everyone, my name is Tanya, obviously it's not. And Leanne and I have been best friends since grade 9, which is 21 years. She actually crossed 20 years out, and then you said just as we were riding, as we sat down, that it was 21, so she literally crossed that out. That's why we needed the pen, Danny. Leanne and I have been twin sisters, but with different mums. So she actually has some stuff there that she wanted to say, but then she turns around to me today and she says, I had this really long speech written down, basically bringing up all the naughty shit that Leanne and I would get up to when we were younger. And Leanne didn't proofread it. I proofread it. And I turned around and said, are you sure you want to mention any of this stuff at the wedding tonight? Because don't forget, her parents will be there. So literally that is her speech, because she actually has nothing else to say. All the shit that they got up to was that naughty. She literally cannot say any of it. So she had to remove the whole lot, because Mum and Dad would still they actually have no idea what they got up to. So she says, I would like to congratulate Leanne and Travis on their special day. It's been an absolute pleasure. She's travelled obviously all the way from the Territory to be here today. We're very happy. Obviously, Pete Stacey couldn't be here because of Voice of Australia, but Tanya being here as a maid of honour has obviously, made Leanne very happy, me happy as well, because I wasn't supposed to speak, and now I'm speaking. But we will toast to the bride and groom, and we thank everybody for being here tonight. Thank you.
Hi ladies and gentlemen, people that don't know me, I'm Craig Martin, as not far, Danielle said.
Yep, Danny. Yep.
Yeah, Danny, yeah. Yep. It's alright, I had to stop and think. Danny said the father of the bride. Okay, and doesn't she look beautiful today, don't you? Okay, this is all said before and that. Must have all looked up the same checklist to work off. But okay, on behalf of myself, Linda and Leanne Senior, we would like to thank everyone for attending the special day of the newlyweds, Travis and Leanne. Especially the people from interstate that could make it, and people that had to travel a few hundred kilometres. We'd also like to make a toast to the absent friends that couldn't make it here today. So cheers to the people that couldn't make it, especially from the west, as everyone knows what he's like over there. Okay, after Leanne's eyes, when she was in Darwin, I went to the casino and met Travis up there. Once her eyes met, that was it. It took just over 15 years for Travis to pop the question. It's probably, if he had a pop it now, Lynn and I wouldn't be here in another 15 years. So it's good timing, right? Welcome to the family, Travis, along with Leanne Senior, Rebecca and Caden. Welcome to our family as well. So now at least I can call you son. And I wish you both a lifetime of happiness. Okay, I'd like to make a toast to Leanne and Travis. So raise your glasses to the newlyweds. Thank you. Cheers. Yeah.
Thank you, Craig. All right, up next we have the groom's mother, Leanne.
Travis, you have been one of the greatest blessings of my life. You are a kind and loving, gentle person, while also being strong and courageous. I thank God that He gave you to me. While lighting up the rooms that you walk into, you are also always a great son, brother, cousin, an athlete and father. You have always done so much to make me proud. I love your strong work ethic, your incredible wit, your sense of humour, your intelligence, and your thirst for knowledge, and your beautiful heart. You have chosen beautiful Leanne to be your bride and your partner in this life. Leanne, I couldn't be more proud of the lady he has chosen to be his bride and to spend the rest of his life with. You're beautiful, courageous, strong, and together you both have overcome so much that life has thrown at you so far. And I know you will go on in life standing together as a formidable force. So please raise your glasses and join me in celebration, Travis and Leanne. May you live a long and very long and happy marriage.
I just wanted to say that I've known Leanne and Travis for a few years now, and I've seen them make a lot of decisions together, some good decisions and some tricky ones, as we all do. I'm just glad that I could be here today to witness them make the best decision of their lives, choosing me as their MC. Here you go, Trav.
So first of all, I just want to say thank you for everyone who came, a lot of people who've travelled. There were quite a few people who couldn't make it. I want to say a massive thank you to Leanne's parents, Lynn and Craig. They helped us through the wedding. They've been absolutely amazing, supporting. It's been great. A big thank you to my mum and my sister. It was quite a bit of a push to get them here, so it was great that they made it. Thank you. And most of all, I just want to say it feels amazing that I can now call you Dad. Because I mean, you're an absolute legend. When the chips are down, you mow our lawn. When like you do all the stuff that, you know, you're amazing, mate. So thank you. It's just all the small stuff that makes up everything. And so thanks for that. I want to say thanks to the girls. You're absolutely the bomb. Thank you very much. You're a legend, Shannon. Mate, your speech just killed it. You guys really made our life, like, it's a two-way street for us. And, you know, Caleb literally went to the window and he goes, Dad, someone at the front has got a flat tyre. I'm like, well, we should go give him a hand. Because it was like Kez and her mum. Like he goes, two ladies. All right, we'll go and give him a hand. And she goes, oh, my husband's on the way. And I'm like, okay, I don't want to cut no one's grass. So we've got to wait for him to arrive. So you know, so I just gave you a hand in the corporate gear. I'm thinking, this guy's something. Like, he rolls up with this mad ute with all coats down the side. I'm like, this one's someone. So, but you know what, man? You changed our life, mate. Like, we moved here and you helped us just get through the hard times. And, you know, life is difficult in itself. And when you have the right people to support you, it just makes it so much easier. So, thanks for that. Damien, my man, Damo, but we go way back, bro, high school together, so he's pretty much one of the only ones since day one. You're like my day one. So, you know, I've flown over to Cairns and seen you even back in the day, so we've always stayed in contact. We've got an amazing friendship, so thank you very much for that. Thanks, guys. Thank you, everyone, for coming. Tina Bambina. Love you guys.
Okay, hi. So everybody, I'm Damien. Damo. Sid. Take a pick. So I've got a speech, but as you all know, Travis is a great guy. You wouldn't be here if he wasn't. I did want to have the speech written up to embarrass him, but Mum already knows the silly stuff that we did over the years, all the bad decisions. So there's no point in doing that, but I just wanted to get up here and say it's about time you made a right decision.
Amen.
Marrying Leanne, and I wish you guys all the best for the years to come.
Thank you.
You're surrounded by your loved ones who are all wishing you well, as you create a brand new chapter in the story that's yours to tell. We talk about the memories you have yet to make together and the moments you've already shared to be carried with you forever. But take the time to live today as your marriage begins. Look around and soak it up, the moment we are in. For this is where the magic starts, when you both say your vows. You pledge to spend your lives as one because of the love you feel now. So yes, here's to a future that is bright and warm and clear, but more than that, here's to right now and what it means to be here.
That's the original photo. No, we first met her.